Hello, hi, how are you? It's 6:24. I stayed at a friend's house last night. We had a games night, which was really fun. I have a couple of things planned that I need to do today. I'm going to do my morning meditation. I'm going to do some self-work and get up and go home and start my day. It's Sunday, February the 2nd. I'm walking home from my friend's house. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and it's 4 degrees, so a bit chilly. Hi, babies! Hi! Did you miss me? Hello! I'm home. Let's see what today's topic has in store for us. Today, I'm going to go and visit my nan in Reading. She is in a care home, as we've established from yesterday's video. I'm going to go visit her today, see how she's getting on. I haven't seen her in a little while. Also, my hair's doing this really weird thing where my fringe is too long to keep it down properly. It's also, it's like really stringy, so I'm kind of have to sweep it back. Oh, we'll have to go with the curtains look today, I'm afraid. It's fine, we'll deal with it. I'm back from Reading. I didn't stay too long. My nan wasn't keen on visitors today, so I didn't stay very long at all, which is fine. Boy, oh boy, do we need to talk about today's topic of discussion, because I have thoughts that I want to share. Not that I am in any way licensed to speak to people in this manner, but since it's my thoughts, why not? This is lovely. This is a really nice forest area. So, what is the best lesson I have learned in the last year? Short answer, to take the leap, even if you are afraid. And I will explain that in great detail for you. I'm going to stop here by the water for 10-20 minutes. Look how beautiful this is. I'm going to stop here for 10-20 minutes and talk you through my thoughts. Character development does not happen by standing still. Now, when I'm talking about taking the leap into things that you fear, it could be kind of a myriad of different areas. It could be work, relationships, family, anything that pertains to you that comes to mind. So in a work capacity, if you're being offered more and you're not sure if you're going to be the right fit, how will you know until you take that leap? How will you know? It could easily end up being the best thing you've ever done. This time last year, I was stuck in a job that I was really unhappy with, not because I didn't like the job, but because the company I was really unhappy with. I stayed there for 4 or 5 years because I enjoyed it for the most part at the beginning, and then the last year of me being in that company, I really didn't enjoy it. I felt that it stole all of my joy away. And last year I was given the opportunity to move to a new company, and I was really scared, really apprehensive and scared, and it was the best career move that I ever made. The best stories are not told from a place of staying still. You have to go out there and try new things. And if you're scared of getting hurt, that's so normal. If you get hurt or things don't go the way that you expect, there's still such a massive learning opportunity. Even and if they do go your way, brilliant, or go in a way that you never thought they would, even better. It makes you stuck. I hate public speaking, and even when I'm doing these little talks, I'm picking places where there aren't people that are normally around because I cannot stand speaking in front of people. Growing up, my fear of public speaking was so humiliating sometimes. Like if we had to do a project or a presentation that we had to speak in front of people, I would deliberately get myself sent to the sick office or sent home, and I would ruminate and I would stress about it all day until it became this unmovable object, a force that was gonna for sure make me fail. And I struggled for years and years. And people used to pick up on it because I blushed if I was in a public setting scene, I used to blush, and it was very obvious that I was uncomfortable. And when you're 16 years old, 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, kids pick up on that and they don't let you forget it. I got to a place when I went to maybe about 6 years ago, when I started my nursing qualification. There was a couple of times I had to do presentations in front of the class. I forced myself to do it. I think I did well. And I was very, very proud of myself because I did have to take that leap. Bilbo Baggins from The Hobbit, he did not lead a full, quiet life in his hobbit hole and die there. He went out on an adventure that he was fearful of, that he was terrified of. It was scary, but he had a great time. He made loads of friends, had loads of experiences along the way, but he did not stay in his hobbit hole, in his place of contentment. And sometimes in life, we are forced out of our comfort zones by things that we can't control. Moving towards your fear and doing new things, even though they might terrify you, is actually good training, because when things happen that you don't foresee, you can deal with it better. If in your life you are content, everything's going the right way, you're very, very happy with who you are, where you are in life, that's brilliant. That means your cup has been filled. You don't have any wants or needs that you feel are unfulfilled. You're living life exactly the way you want to. Sometimes when we live life, we mistake being content for not wanting more, but we've learned to settle. Contentment can also be stagnancy if it doesn't serve you anymore. If the same things that used to make you happy do not serve you anymore, that's no longer contentment, that's you being stagnant, that's you being stuck in the same place. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's people where people are most happy. They like to be in places where they're very familiar, where they feel as if nothing can hurt them, and that's okay. I've moved positions because my arm was getting cold. As I was saying, moving companies last year. In me doing that, a lot of other things changed in my life that I didn't even realise would come about. So many opportunities came up. In relationships, if you are afraid to take the leap, if there is someone out there that you like and you are afraid to tell them, or you're afraid to take the next step with someone, why? What are you doing? Why are you doing here? Why, if you like this person, why don't you tell them? It's absolutely, yeah, it is terrifying. But nobody has ever been unhappy at being told that somebody loves them. It's a no-brainer. I think something that I've always been afraid of is breaking out of my comfort zone, because I grew up very, very socially anxious. Even in a relationship, I used to be socially anxious attachment style. Nowadays, if I'm not careful, it does revert back into that again. But I really have to take steps to work on that, because I cannot let that rule my life. I decided this a long time ago. I would not let my anxiety ruin my life. And even though there are days when it rules me way more than I'd like it to, I'm not gonna let it dictate how I live. That's ridiculous. You do yourself such a disservice by secluding yourself in this bubble because you are content and comfortable with your space. That's fine if you really want to be there, but do you really want to be there? Or do you want to try and make steps towards taking that leap to change something in your life that you're unhappy with? I think regret is an awful emotion, and there's a lot of things I feel regret with in my life, and there's probably a lot of situations people feel regret with. But I am more comfortable with disappointment and being embarrassed than I am with regret. If I do something, if I take the leap and it doesn't go the way I thought it would, then at least I tried. At least I tried, and I went into it 100% with my full heart. I gave it my all. Then I don't have to live with that regret. And you never know, other opportunities might come out, they might come up somewhere, but you're changing the trajectory from I'm too afraid, I'm too scared, to at least I tried and I did it. And I think sometimes just the courage of being able to change what we thought we could never face is the most soul amplifying happiness that we could feel. You will never know what is going to be right or what is the best decision for you until you try, until you give it your all. And I'm a firm believer of that. That's my take. What's the best thing you learned in the last year? Take the leap, even if it's scary. In relationships, in your work, in your friendships, family, take that leap. Even if it fails and you screw up, at least you tried. You did it. You did it from a place of wanting more rather from a place of being stuck. Even if you fail, you didn't fail in here. You didn't fail yourself, because it's the step towards something else that matters. And those are my thoughts today.